I'm in the Arts District of downtown Los Angeles right now, a really vibrant and fun community. And we're going to be talking about two different locations that were really important parts of iconic sitcoms just recently. And actually one of them is still ongoing. And we're starting out right now here on Traction Avenue, where you can see the Binford Lofts, which you might know if you're a fan of the TV series New Girl, that is the main location. It makes a lot of sense for the show. It's, again, the community, it all feeds into the characters and so on and so forth. But I also love that with New Girl, it's not just an exterior location. Like in so many different TV shows, you'll see an exterior shot and then it cuts to the soundstage. And of course, most of their primary sets are on sound stages in Los Angeles, importantly. But they actually shot right here, right out. There's the front entrance underneath that interesting sculpture type thing there, that accent. It's got repainted recently, it looks nice. But you know, they shot out here on the street when there was in the show, there was a power outage directing traffic here. Zooey Deschanel's character, she parks on the street and has to deal with street life, getting to work each day. The alleyway just beyond it, they shot all around here outside. So it's not just like so many different shows use an exterior location as stock footage almost. It feels not connected to the place. But there are times also, I don't know who that guy is, but he's friendly. See, it's a good place. There are times where people are on the sidewalk shouting up to people in the apartment building and shouting down, having conversations out there. So they really do utilize this space. And one of the many things I love about that show, and if you have never checked out New Girl and you're a fan of comedy, definitely give it a look. They shoot all over Los Angeles. So it's set in LA, it's grounded in LA, and they shoot in Hollywood, they shoot in Culver City, Venice Beach, Santa Monica Pier. I mean, they are just really all over LA. One of the other primary locations is in Koreatown. Now that is, again, a place that they replicated that set of that actual bar, and they built it on a soundstage, which makes sense. They are shooting there frequently. They can't be closing that bar down all the time. But they shot the pilot at the Prince in Koreatown and then reconstructed the entire building, the entire interior so amazingly well on a soundstage that you can't tell it's not the real place. Where am I going right now? I'm not going to tell you yet. We're going to go for a little walk, just about a 4-block walk, which is kind of funny. Because we're going to cover some distance, so I'm going to vamp a little bit. First up, I'm smiling because I already see the next location, which is a place I've never seen in person before, so I'm excited about it. New Girl was created by Liz Merriweather, and of course it was the show that jump-started her career. It went for 6 seasons. It is a great show. It launched a number of careers with the cast. And there's another show that is ongoing, still going. It's actually the longest running non-animated sitcom in the history of television. So again, a very successful show that there's a lot of cast crossover. If you know one show, you'll see a lot of the same cast members in the other show. So I do wonder how many times somebody is working on one set and they can just go visit the other one, shoot a scene or two, and then have to come back. Or if they know each other because they shoot together, they work next to each other so often. And yeah, it might seem like I've been talking and walking for a long time, but you might be surprised that in that amount of time, I made it all the way to Philadelphia. Because here is Patty's Pub from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. This, for me, was a show I discovered over the pandemic, and it's one of those, I don't want to call it a guilty pleasure because that shortchanges the show, but it's one of those places, one of those shows that sometimes you don't know how other people will react when you say you're a fan of it, because it can be lewd and crude and not always the most politically correct. But then there's just some great storytelling. And as I'm looking, I think it would be right here, maybe a little further. I think right there, or maybe right here, would be where Dennis's Range Rover was blown up in an episode. And I'm walking up to a place that in the show is a fish plant, like a fish processing factory, which in real life it looks like an artist's loft. So as I was looking back at the show and my footage, I realized that I had misidentified. I was looking at this building over here as the one mentioned as the fish processing plant, but they actually use this one, they depict this one in the show, which I always thought was just, there's a warehouse building and we can make it whatever we want it to be. But then coming over here and actually taking a look at it on Google Maps, It was Interstate Seafood Incorporated. It's actually an empty building right now, but it actually was a seafood place. So again, when we're talking about stories and location and writing, we are talking about an episode a couple of seasons into the show. I wonder if they took inspiration from their real life surroundings to craft a concept for an episode. And as we're playing around in Google Maps, I just have to point out that if you go all the way back to 2008, you see a production happening here in progress. The crew joyfully cheering on the Google Maps car. There are other studios nearby, so who knows what production was being filmed here, but it's only fitting that even when looking at this location on Google Maps that there's a production in progress. But wow, it is just so cool to be here. And it's also so cool that it just blows my mind that this place is about 4 blocks, a third of a mile walk from the New Girl location, which again is so Los Angeles oriented. In this show, they do such a great job of making it feel like Philly. And they do a lot of shooting on location in Philly, but there's a ton of shooting around Los Angeles as well. Again, just me being the TV show nerd I am. When I love a show, I love it. Just looking at a place like this, and I think, oh, this is where Charlie was trying to teach Mac how to shoot a hockey puck. This is where they were gathering outside before they went on, oh, it's supposed to be a road trip to see the Grand Canyon. It's just a simple street with this beautiful old warehouse building. But when it's on TV, especially a beloved show, it becomes so much more. That'll do it for this installment of Write for LA. And it was really neat to see a location that maybe it itself inspired an episode just because they were across the street from a unique type of business. Let us know any TV shows, movies, or locations you'd like us to feature in the future. And as always, we just want to encourage you to think about your locations from the very start, especially something that can bring more production back to LA. Thanks for watching.